A few months back at a rally, we were introduced to something called a Mr. D's energy saving thermal pot. I'd never heard of it, didn't have a clue what it was, and a certain person who knows her name, you know, she's out there, said, have you tried one of these? They're really good if you live in a motorhome and you need some way of cooking things like hot pots and curries and sausage casseroles. So we had a look, wasn't overly badly priced, then spotted one on Facebook Marketplace. We bought a Mr. D's thermal cooker. We've used it a few times. We've had simple little dishes in it. As you will have seen, I think it was 2 or 3 vlogs back, Andrew cooked his hobgoblin pudding in it. So we thought we would give you just a quick rundown of how it all works, whether it's something you might be interested in, and what we actually cook in it. I will say this is not a paid promotion. We bought this with our own money. If Mr. D's wants to send us some freebies, go for it. Let's have a look. This is the Mr. D's pot. What it is, it's essentially just a thermal cooker. It's very similar to a slow cooker at home. The only difference is with this, you only have to heat it once. You bring it up to a boiling point, you let it simmer for a couple of minutes, and you chuck it in here. I'll show you what it is. So the lid comes off, and it is just an ordinary pot with a lid. This you can put on your gas cooker or your electric cooker, put everything inside of it, heat it up once it's boiling. It's got its 2 handles so you don't get burned. Pop it back in there, locks into place, pop the lid back on, which would be great if I hadn't put it on the stove, and that's it. We've put it in the bathroom where we've driven to let it cook away. As long as it's stored somewhere where it can stay upright and you haven't overfilled it, of course. We haven't had any issues with it spilling or anything yet. It just continues to cook. We have cooked things for 7-8 hours in it, just because we've put it in the morning and not thought about it. Gone back at 7-8 o'clock, it's still red hot and it's cooked perfectly. We've done things like, we've had a beef casserole, we've had a sausage casserole, we've done pasta in it, because you only have to heat it up the once instead of continuously boiling it. Chuck it all in there with the sauces and everything, cooks away. So today I'm going to cook a chicken casserole. We have some chicken breasts, some broccoli, some carrots, some potatoes, and just some packet sauces. So we're going to throw it on now, leave it all day, take the dogs out for a wander. That'll be us. Come back to a nice hot tea. That's only cost us 10 minutes of electric, or gas rather. A wee little hint that we've learned is we kind of cheat. We boil a kettle first, and then I haven't got to put it on for 10 minutes to boil the water that's inside. So we just fill the kettle up, pop that in the pot itself, and then as I'm cutting and everything, it can all go in and it's started already. So, pop a kettle on. That's the kettle boiling. Now let's just throw some chicken in. One of the other good things about it is, obviously if you've got a motorhome or a caravan, it's brilliant because you're not using as much fuel or gas than you would normally be using. But another good thing is, even if you lived in a home, how much it's going to save you on with the prices of gas bills at the minute. If you want a nice homely meal, you only have to cook it the once, leave it on your kitchen side. When you come home from work or picking the kids up or anything, it'll be done. It is, I think what we did with, I think the £80, we managed to get ours, very, very luckily, on Facebook Marketplace. Somebody was selling one, and I think we only paid 40 for ours. And it is an investment. It's not something that obviously you can just, well, a lot of people can't just go out and buy. But if you really are into your slow cooked food and your homely meals, I definitely say it's an investment worth buying. I cheat a little bit here, because if I put these in the pan and then add the water, they don't dissolve, it just ends up with clumps all around the top. So I cheat, I put it in a cup first, add some boiling water, dissolve it all, then pour it in and then add more boiling water. So we're using this broccoli because Andrew doesn't like broccoli. He will only eat it if it's this kind. I don't even know how much to cut off these, Andrew. That'll do. Just while I'm doing the onion and that's near everything going in, now I'm going to chuck it on. Give it a good 5 minutes and it should all be ready boiled. Lid goes on and then that's it, it just goes in the cooker. That's everything in there now. With putting the boiling hot water in, at least it's given a little bit of a temperature before we put it on. Now I'm just going to let it sit there for maybe 5-10 minutes, just until it starts to boil. Let it simmer for 2 or 3 minutes. Then it goes straight into the big bad boy. That's it, ready to go. Off goes the gas. In goes the pan. Just has nifty little things to lock it into place. And that's it. Now we just have to find somewhere to store it. So we just cheat. We put it either back on here in the corner, or it goes in the bathroom. Just give it a stir now and again if you need to. Done. Leave it to its thing. Let's have a wee look. If it's not cooked, it's tough. We're too tired, we're ready for tea. Just be careful because this will be hot. That looks lovely. Veg is lovely and soft, chicken's lovely and cooked, all pull away chicken, even the broccoli's nice and soft. So that is a nice warm dinner for us, and it only cost us 10 minutes of gas. I love this thing, especially on a freezing cold winter's a day.